During the sanding of the cannon wall process, I got to looking at it, more, a lot more closely, more detail. Notice that there was some raised areas still in there, in between the cannon ports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove. Probably should take these off the ship. So get the cannons off. Before I can continue moving on with the actual painting and building of the cannon wall and the placement of the cannons and the rigging of the cannons and all that, I got to do this. But I've already started doing it, but I'm going to use my file, my modeling file here, and come in between these slots. And I may even take a little bit off the top of the wall and the inside to square them up. But my main task is just to come in here and file down that paint, or I should say the putty, to make a good paintable surface. And even to the point where I have to kind of go like that with the in front and in back of the cannon wall, because it may have sanded down, I may have sanded down the actual wall itself, but the top of the hull wall right here, the hull, I notice in my videos it doesn't sound like I'm saying hull, H-U-L-L. The hull wall, there's still some raised areas, as you can tell right there. And then of course there'll be cleanup work afterwards. So the idea is to get all those bumpy raised areas out of the way. Hopefully that light's not in the way of the camera. I think I'll move the camera just a little closer here. Zoom in. Not sure how much that's really going to help. This is some boring work. If you don't really enjoy this kind of stuff, it can seem mundane and tedious, but it's absolutely necessary to have a decent model. Now, I didn't want to take off all of the imperfections, but you still have to take down enough, so you try to make it look like it was naturally occurring and not forced. And that is modeling. I'm not going to say I'm going to absolutely pull it off. But I'm going to give it a good shot. Because this ship right here is just an absolute beauty. A lot you can do coming up with the stuff right off the top of your head. What I've done is I've done a lot of plastic model builds. And so what I've done is I've just took my knowledge of the components that go on a plastic model and kind of made it come to life on this model. So if you've done a lot of plastic models, you want to get into a wood model. You know, there's kits out there. And I chose not to do a kit for my first wood model. Largely partly because I found the Christopher Joe here on eBay, and as soon as it was like, see, I got her in, and I just had to start working on her. I had another model build going on. I had planned for a series of models, and I have them. They're in my closet on a shelf. But the series I was going to build was going to do the USS Constitution, the Revell 196 scale, 3-foot ships. I was going to do 3 of them, maybe possibly 4, of the sister ships. Mainly, I was going to stick with the sister ships that were comparable to the USS Constitution, which weren't all of them, by the way. That's the misnomer. Yeah, they were sister ships because they were launched basically at the same time. They followed basically the same construction, but some were big 44 gun frigates, and others were less. I think they were 36 gun frigates, and they weren't as big as the USS Constitution and the USS United States. United States being the first one off the launch pad. First one that was launched. I think it was the USS President, the USS United States, and the USS Constitution were the 3 that I was going to put together in a series. I basically was going to do all 3 of the builds at the same time. So put one hull together, another, you know, and just build it up in sequence like that. You know, so you're basically all on the same level as the builds go on. But I found the Christopher Joe here, and that changed that plan. I had already started. So, and yes, I did my shopping on eBay, and I found those models for pretty much next to nothing in comparison to what you pay for those models now. They're like $80 a piece now, if not more. I know that if you shop around and you look real hard, I'll give you a perfect example. The USS United States, yes, it is a true Revell USS United States 196 scale, and I bought that. It came with another model. It was a Lindbergh tuna trawler or something like that, and I bought I bought them together, and I put a bid on it, and I only spent like $12.50, something like that. I think it was actually less than that. It was like $12.33, but whatever the case was. It wasn't over 13 bucks. It was $12 and something. And I turned around when I got it in. I turned around and sold the tuna trawler for like 10 bucks on eBay. And so I only spent for the USS United States $2 and some odd cents. That included shipping, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, that was a wildly awesome deal. Because right now the USS United States models are going for I think the last one I seen was like, you can get it for like 84 bucks or so, and you can get it for 84 bucks, but it's like 30 bucks in shipping or something. I mean, this is off of eBay, but you can't find it any cheaper anywhere else. Yeah, I don't think Revell makes that model anymore. Gotta shape these walls just a little bit. Take them down to a level where you can get that cap wood on it, and that's looking pretty good right there. Now I still took off some of that, took off all the rough areas, looks like, on the port side. I've shaped the interior of the cannon walls. Made them straight up and down, so when I put the wood in there to close the gap on that, it'll sit vertically. Of course, this can be done at any time. Just after I'll have to paint everything first. I don't want to ruin that paint job, that new paint job. So I need to flip her around and do the starboard side. See, this side's not as bad because of the way I did it. Look at the still shots, I think, in my intro movie or video clip. You can tell the difference between the two. On the port side over here, I cut a groove all the way down from this side wall to this side wall, all the way down. On this side, I just notched the areas I wanted to put a plank in. And it turned out better. I wish I would have thought of that before I chalked that other side. the way I'm going to paint it, I got some advice from my lovely wife, and she made a suggestion, and I like it, because I was thinking about another paint scheme myself, but I think I'm going to go with hers. And this right here, gentlemen, forgive me ladies for when you watch it, but, you know, the saying, happy wife, happy life. Well, I'm going to have to say that when it comes to modeling, I'm going to disagree with that. If you ask your wife her opinion, I know that you are going to be more apt to not want to not take her advice. But truthfully, when you're doing modeling, it's all about the model. You let the model speak to you. The model lets you know what color scheme to go with as you go along. It's almost like a living, breathing thing. Sometimes it does take on a life of its own. Yeah, this side's not that bad. I mean, I'm hardly having to smooth out anything. I'm taking more of my time looking for areas to file down. Most of the stuff is on the inside wall here, it looks like. That's another thing that's really helpful, is this lamp that I have here. This lamp is really old. I don't know how long we've had it, but it's been a good one. I've used it for modeling for a long time now. And you can never underestimate your lighting. There's a video too, and I realize the lighting is kind of odd in this room. I haven't taken the time and don't necessarily have the means to. Right there. Okay. Correct the lighting as of yet, but I will. Let's see if I can shake that wall up a little bit if there's any areas that need to be addressed. Just gotta shake them a little bit, looks like. about ready to paint. Just about ready to paint. Alright. There she is. Okay, so I filed them down enough. You know. I'm really gonna have to get a air compressor to blow this off. You know, these models. I chalk that one right there too much. Yeah, I bet you can look and keep finding issues.